load the intro, and then I have to play the intro, and then I have to switch cameras, and
No problem.
But
we're
did your
big. We're
but
we're big. We're big time now, thanks to Jerry Michaels, and
did your intro play on the live part? I
it
don't think
did.
it did.
That it might not have. Well, so
Well, let's
again,
see.
So play it again.
people missed it. Well, it's not quite that easy. I have to
Okay.
do it. I have to do it this way, right? No, I have to do it this way. Get up here and paste. No. Hold on. All right, it didn't go. It's my fault.
Don't worry about it.
I didn't get it loaded right. Anyway, it's Boogie with the Bull Tuesday Night Live. We are live on the Dave Globin profile here on Facebook and the Boogie with the Bull YouTube channel. And for some strange reason, it has not gotten to Facebook yet. We'll be there maybe sometime today or tomorrow. Anyway, we are live on Facebook. I just don't know why it's not showing up over there. But anyway, what's new and exciting, Jen?
Hi, Dave. I just wanted to say, have you seen Kamala since she came back? Well, okay, so she lost the election, went on a vacation to Hawaii. She came back. Her hair is a lot shorter and straighter. And the most encouraging thing she could say to the left, to her people, was just because we lost this battle, we will keep fighting. And I wanted to say, for what? What are they fighting for? Because even James Carville said, the bald guy who is the political analyst
He
who
looks
was
terrible.
very
He looks terrible.
stop that. Don't old shame him. He tries. Anyway, when he has his hat on, he looks great. But he said that the left was blindsided. They were out in the dark. They were so not in touch with the people. And what's so ironic about that is ever since what Bill Clinton, when was that? 92? He was saying it's the economy, stupid. It was always about the economy. And she never touched it. What she was fighting for was abortion on demand. And I'm like, good God, is that all her party wants? Because you know what? Pills are a lot cheaper and so are condoms. But hey, she would rather have someone go in and get this abortion on demand, wouldn't want to prevent it, wouldn't want to prevent it, just deal with the problem after you've created it. But that's kind of what their party does,
It's
isn't
a
it?
little late to get rid of it after you created it.
Amen. But
It really is. I mean,
that's what they do.
Democrats are pretty stupid if they think that okay, we're done. We created this life. We don't want it. We're just gonna flush it. We're just gonna do something with it. That's why you lost the presidency, people.
I know, but I was trying to give it a broader image. That's what they do. They
Yep.
dig deep holes of debt and then they deal with it after the fact by doing what? Printing more money. It's always a bad solution to something they could have prevented. But whatever. What do you have to say, Randy? Please get off this topic.
No, I agree with you that the Kamala and her crew, all they really wanted to do was to um, listen to the left and make their brand what the left want, which was illegal immigrants. It was abortion, and it was transgender, and it was the whole education thing, as well as to continue destroying the South. Um, I do believe, and if you look at the map when everything finally washed out, there's only a very small part of our nation that actually voted for her. And it's a shame that we can't do like a cut and paste where you can cut out those states and put them over to the one side and make a new country out of them and leave the rest of us alone. I mean, obviously you could do it, but it would mean going to war. But I mean, and we have 4 years now coming up to try
All right, hang on. Sorry. I screwed up. Okay.
That was a great
I'm
intro.
sorry about that.
That's
It's a
okay.
beautiful intro. I'm sorry that. There we go. All right. Well, we got it figured out. We got
Better
it
late
figured
than
out
never.
now. That's right. Okay.
Randy was
Well, go
telling
ahead,
us now
Randy.
we
I'm
have
sorry.
4 years.
It's just a shame that he only has 4 years because he's going to need all those years and then some to undo everything that he promised he was going to do. It's sort of like, and I think his mind may be, Trump's mind may be working faster than what it should be as far as actually working out the details. The comment came out yesterday, and I brought it out on Jerry's show that Trump was going to, on day one, fire up to 15, maybe 16,000 transgender who are in the military and give them all medical leaves. But then I saw later that his people came out and said, "Whoa, no, that's not what he meant. He didn't mean to say that." But there are others who are saying that, he can, and legally he should, because transgenders have to continue taking medication and shots and all kinds of procedures to continue that whole process of change into whatever they want to change into, which makes them undeplorable. So they can't go into military conflict because they have to be accessible to the medications, and the medications they're on they're antipsychotic. So it makes them I think it's a level 1, whatever, as far as the ability to be deployed into a combat situation. So why should we have 16,000 possible soldiers being paid to do their job, which is to kill people, and they can't do it because they are on this medication and can't be deployed? And I absolutely totally agree that they should be relieved of their duties. Personally, I think they should get dishonorable discharge. Not that way they won't have any benefit, because if they leave with just on medical disability, they can continue at the government's expense the medication and the procedures and the surgeries. I don't think that's fair.
They're not going to get any of that if they haven't served. It all depends on how long a person has served. They're not going to, if you're not in for a long enough period of time, I don't think, and you get thrown out, I don't think you get any benefit. But I don't really know.
No, you do, because I was in reserves for 4 years, and I'm able to apply for VA Health, which I have.
Yep.
I finally went online and got the application. All I do now is fill it out so I can qualify for all the benefits. So they are able to get the benefits. I don't think they should be allowed to, but it's kind of funny how it came out the other day that the Biden administration was going to cut off any future military weaponry going to Israel, and here we are now with this big announcement that Israel is going to go into a treaty to bring the war to an end, and all these other nations are going to be, jumping in and doing their thing too, and supposedly getting the hostages released. That makes no sense to me. We went from taking away weapons to they bringing the war to an end. Now it makes sense bring the war to an end because they don't have the weapons to continue to fight. But that would put Israel at a weakened position, not a stronger position. And here, unfortunately, Biden gets to take the claim, gets to take the credit for it, which I really didn't want him to
No,
take.
he won't.
Yes,
He he might try to take the credit, but the credit for ending that is not anywhere. I don't think it's anywhere on him because Netanyahu, like I said, doesn't like him. He's not going to work with Netanyahu. He'll just ride out. He and Hamas will just ride out, waiting until Biden is gone and Trump is crowned king, only because Hamas has already contacted Trump. Israel wants to work with Hamas through Trump to end that saga. Putin and Zelensky want to work to end that saga. Biden, if anything, is going to get us into a nuclear war on that one, I think. Because now, as you and I were talking before we went live, that the official statement came in from Alex Jones, which is NATO commanders propose launching a massive sneak attack on Russia. I don't know how it would be a sneak attack if it was announced on the Alex Jones show. The Kremlin vows to respond with nuclear weapons as the Pentagon promises a rock-solid response, as defined by NATO's Article 5, which is what Randy was just referring to. So, if Biden is giving to Ukraine to use against Russia, then Biden should be impeached immediately for war crimes. That's all I can say.
Right. Wow.
Because I don't believe the American people, the American citizens, the people that elected him, Republican, Democrat, and anything else, I do not believe they want Joe Biden to take us into a nuclear war. But
dancing coats.
Chuck?
No, I was reading Robin's comment. What dancing coats? What is
Yeah,
that?
because I moved squares around.
I see. Yeah.
Again.
No, what a mess. How ironic that he called us garbage and then Trump rides in to do a rally in a garbage truck, because that's exactly what he's going to pick up in January on the 20th. When is his first day? January 6th is when they're going to inaugurate him. But wow, this dingbat.
No, January 20th. January 20th is when they inaugurate him.
Okay.
Yeah.
What happens on the 6th?
On the 6th, they got to count and certify the election.
Yeah.
J6. Okay.
That's Kamala. That's hopefully Kamala's final step as ever getting anywhere near the White House. I still think that she's going to do something. She may pull a Mike Pence, although this time I hope if she does and refuses to hear any protests. She can't refuse to hear any protests because it would be any Democrat senator that is going to protest. Then they have to hear all of the protests, and then they vote on whether or not they accept the results of the election. The Democrats don't have the majority in the Senate. I think we have it by 6 seats, and I honestly don't think that Democrats are gonna do anything to help her prolong getting President Trump in.
Right.
I really don't. I think Joe Biden's had enough. Whether or not he has dementia or not, he's had enough, and he just wants to leave.
Well, I did see where he said he's going to be at the inauguration. Which kind of surprises me.
Well, I don't remember. I thought Trump didn't go to Biden's inauguration. I thought but he could have. I thought his
I don't
plan.
think he did.
I think as soon as it started, he was gonna just walk out of the White House and go home. But
yeah, I don't think he went either.
I don't think anybody wants Joe Biden at the inauguration anyway. Joe doesn't want to be. Joe doesn't want to be at the inauguration, especially if anything's going to happen to Trump. Joe doesn't.
Do we know yet if she's going to move into the White House with him?
Who? Melania?
Yeah.
I haven't heard anything. I don't think that those announcements will be made until it's necessary. But like I said, personally, I keep saying I think the president should live at the White House anyway. I think that should all be government buildings, and the first floor is a tourist museum. Other than that,
right?
The president there.
No, when I follow a lot of European stuff. It's because of my ancestry, and I have a lot of groups I follow on Instagram and so forth. And I see, say what you will about the English. I mean, they're not as powerful as they used to be, but they have absolutely beautiful parades, military parades, and the marching and the bagpipes, and it's just it makes you. It should make you proud to be an Englishman. If it was for the fact that all the darn M's living in the country that are destroying it. They had those beautiful castles. They got the beautiful mansions that were all part of history and were forts at one time that people fought and died over. And now they're turned into museums. I think is bullshit. The king and queen are nothing more than the toppings on a wedding cake. I think they should do whatever they can legally to take back the power they turned over to the parliament and so forth, and say, damn it, I'm king of the United Kingdom, and my power is going to be heard. And we're going to do this. We're going to take back and make our nation, proud again, to be British. My dad was stationed in England for 3 years during the early 60s. So I know what England was like back before, all the big changes when they took in all the damn immigrants. They were a proud people. They were happy to be English, and all their the kings and queens, and the American military couldn't launch a damn plane off of our air bases in England without getting permission from the Queen, because she owned the airwaves.
Yep.
If you wanted to watch TV, you could buy a TV, but you had to rent the airwaves to watch the TV.
Mm-hmm.
That's how powerful she was back then.
Yep.
And she just threw it all away, and for whatever reason, the Parliament's in control, and you have all those M's in Parliament, and I'm sorry, they should kick them out and take back control of their country.
I don't know if it's that easy, and it wouldn't really have any effect, because if Charles died,
they should watch what Trump does to get rid of the illegals and do the exact same thing for themselves.
Well, right, I understand that. If Charles were to die tomorrow after taking the government back or getting the government back, she doesn't become queen. It goes to William.
Right.
And she gets the title of queen consort, which basically means that your husband, the king, died, and because you're not in line, because you're not a member of the royal family somehow, or you don't become queen. It goes to Charles. It goes to William.
And unfortunately, that son is going to be a lot weaker king. He's going to be more open to modern way of doing things, and he's going to let the country go down even more so, because he's been exposed to that way of life, and that's what he's going to want to do, and that's a shame. Uh, the English are a proud people.
Yep.
And up until recently, they would have every right to be proud. But for me to see how they backtrending over the years to what they are now, it saddens me. I'm just glad that Trump's back in the White House because he's going to undo everything that was done the past 4 years. All we got to do now is make sure that the next election with the Senate coming up, that we don't screw things up and let them take control of the House or whatever it is. Yeah. Anyways, I talk too much. Go ahead,
No,
talk.
that's okay. Hey, Chuck,
Nope,
you got
that's
something
fine.
to say?
No, I got a full mouth right now. Hang on.
We got a
Go ahead.
full mouth. Okay.
I've been eating.
Okay.
Doesn't Congress have to vote on? I mean, Biden can't just say, "Yeah, Zelensky, go ahead. Here are the, here's the what are they? The missiles from the
Oh,
Molecular
USA with
codes.
our name on it. You go ahead." He can't do that. It has to go through Congress, Senate, and the House. And I know this because I called. I even got a letter thanking me for calling them from the
God.
senator saying thank you for being involved in the political process. I'm like, of course I always am, and I think they know me by now. But yeah, they're not supposed to do that. But when I call and I say the same thing, and I posted it in our groups, that says I demand that Biden does not give the okay to send missiles into Russia. That Biden does not give the okay for Zelensky to send missiles into Russia. No, we are saving ourselves and Russia and the Ukraine. It's ridiculous. It's not time for war. We all know it. He's just a senile. What always, what is the best line? It's from It's a Wonderful Life. It's when Jimmy Stewart, is that his
Yep.
name?
Mm-hmm.
When he says when the uncle loses the money, it's like all the money they have for the Bailey building and loan. And the uncle is so senile. And he actually, what he did was it was rolled up in a newspaper and he gave it to Potter, who is the enemy. And Potter sees it and he just keeps it a secret. And what Jimmy Stewart does, and he says, "Oh, that stupid, silly old man or stupid, silly old fool." And I'm like, that's kind. And that's exactly what we're dealing with right now. You don't start a nuclear war because you lost the next 4 years. Even if he didn't lose it, he would still start a nuclear. Is he bored? What is he doing? What do you think? Why is he doing this? Just to be a jerk? Going out with a bang? I mean,
Yeah, well, go down the boom. If correct me if I'm wrong, but I think I also heard that along with authorizing the use of these long-range missiles by Ukraine into Russia, he also has turned over landmines, and landmines were made illegal to be used in combat years ago. And if I'm not, I'm going to, while someone else is talking, I'm going to see if I heard correctly, but I'm pretty sure I heard where he's authorized the use of landmines.
I think he's going to authorize himself to a long walk to the wall at Gitmo.
no kidding. Those are war crimes. Where's the military police? Who do we get to call him to responsibility? We can't do anything. If we grow a plant that looks like marijuana, oh my God, the SWAT team is going to come. It's like so terrifying. We have a constitution. It says, and I'm so proud of this because it's the only one I know by heart because
Yeah.
it's the same number. It's Article 4, Section
Yep.
4. The government will
Yep.
protect against invasion. He's not.
Nope.
Who can
Yep.
sue him? I mean,
He
this is
authorized
ridiculous.
it.
What'd you say?
He authorized
it.
He's not a dictator. Where are the military police? Who is the checks and balances that keeps him accountable? I feel like we've really been ran through the coals this last
Yep.
3.5, 4 years. This is stupid. We're just like made to tolerate this like as it's normal, and it's not.
Nope.
Where are the checks and balances? Is that the sergeant at arms? Is he supposed to do this? I really want to know.
It's
I'm
not the
sorry. Am I
sergeant.
ranting?
It's not the sergeant at arms. It's probably I don't know. I don't know if it's the U.S. Marshals or not. I don't know who has the authority to arrest the president for not doing his job. Congress has the right to impeach him for not doing his job. So,
Oh yeah, but that'd take forever.
but it's not that either. It's that we all know they don't want to impeach him right now because they're not going to, they're not going to give Kamala what is it now?
Right.
Yep.
Month. They're not going to give her a month's worth of being the president because most probably agree with everybody else. She's not going to give it up willingly. It's going to be ugly.
Yeah.
And
You got a point. Yeah, for sure.
I've said if
Go
it
ahead.
gets to that point, I hope somebody just they surround the White House and somebody says, if you don't agree with what's going on, you got 5 minutes to get out of the building, and then boom.
Yeah, the whole reason behind
Well, ground and imploded.
the whole reason behind making the use of landmines illegal because you tend to lose track where you bury the damn things, and when the war comes to an end, they're still out there buried, and they're still finding some in Vietnam and other countries where they were used heavily,
Right.
and kids and people are outside playing and walk around, they walk on them. That's why they're made illegal to be used. So how in the hell is he able to turn that over and sell them to Ukraine and allow them to use them in combat? I mean, can we see now why Putin is so hell bent on attacking the United States for what the hell we're doing? It's just not right.
Right.
I see it. Will Putin actually do it? I don't think so. I don't think Putin will do it. I could see Putin sending Russian nukes into North Korea and maybe trying to talk Kim into doing it. But Kim and Trump were supposedly getting along so great that I can't see it happening because I can just imagine that Kim's phone is going to ring any day now with your boys and get them out of here. Okay? Get your boys, get them out of Ukraine, take them home. Do whatever you want to do to them when they get there, but get them out of Ukraine because I'm going to end this thing and nobody's going to have any bombs, but I'm going to end it between Russia and Ukraine, and that's just the way it's going to go. If Biden gets NATO involved in this thing, I put your hand between your legs and kiss your family every night when you go to bed because there may not be a tomorrow. Annie may have lied. The sun might not come out tomorrow. And maybe that's the way Barack Obama wanted it to be, that Joe Biden would be responsible for
World War III.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to happen because I couldn't understand why the North Korean guy was sending his troops over to Ukraine to fight against them. But then I realized I saw where in exchange for his boots on the ground, Putin is given North Korea access to missiles and rockets and nuclear technology.
Mm-hmm.
Everything that he wanted that Trump was keeping from him, he's now getting.
Right. I don't know if Trump was keeping it from him. I just don't think he's ready for it yet. I personally thought at one point that we were all going to get rid of our nuclear weapons because after after what we dropped in Japan, I would have thought the world realized that no, we never want to have another war like that again. And this time with more modern technology and modern nuke stuff, they're not going to stop. No one's going to stop until there's no war left. And I've always felt that the nuclear war would be Armageddon for the Christians because, I can't, I just don't.
The sad thing is, you had the war in Japan, and it ended with the dropping of the atomic bombs, but only because Japan had a hell of a lot more soldiers who were ready to fight and die for their king, because their king was to them was like a god, and that they would do anything for him. And the United States knew that for us to send our boys into Japan, the country itself, to fight on the ground would have been a hell of a lot worse than loss of life because of the dogma of the Japanese to give it their all.
I don't know if I see that we wouldn't have had a conventional war in Japan. I don't think. I think we dropped the bomb or the bombs on Japan because we had to end it right then and there. We had to just do something that was just going to end it, and then we went in and we helped them rebuild because we felt so bad about what we did.
Yeah, we felt guilty.
I don't. I don't understand the Russia-Ukraine war. I don't know why it's still going on. I don't know why Putin just didn't do whatever he had to do and take it back. It's not really a war between Ukraine and Russia anymore. It's a war between Russia and the United States. Will he fly over and drop nukes in the United States? I don't think so. Will he attempt to fly bombs into the United States? Could he hit something? I don't know. But,
well, Putin can, because he has that supersonic missile that nothing can shoot down right now.
Well,
And
even
it's
the United
on a-
States doesn't have anything to shoot it down with.
It's on a submarine. He's got one of those supersonic submarines with that missile, and it's right on our eastern coast. He could set that off and just make a tidal wave that would cover the whole coast, 2 states at one time. And that's terrifying. Now, I did talk to this informant, and he said it's like a chess game, Jen. He's like, what's the first piece you move in a chess game when you're gonna attack the enemy? And I said, a pawn? And he said, yes. He goes, or knight. Well, this is what Putin's doing right now. He's attacking a pawn, so he sent missiles over to the UK because he knows that that's a soft target, and the US will go be boots on the ground and help the UK. So that's how he's picking us off little at a time, and it terrifies me, and I'm still frustrated that Congress doesn't have any say-so in this. I haven't even heard of it. They're supposed to vote on stuff every Tuesday. So last Tuesday, they must have said, okay, go ahead. And that's terrifying. Nobody cares? You mean all of Congress is like, yeah, it's time for a good war. Seriously? I can't imagine.
Yeah, money. It's all about money.
You're right.
Yeah, look at the Bushes and the Cheneys and
Clinton. You're right.
They made a lot of money back then.
Yeah, they're still making a lot of money now.
Yeah, they sure as hell are.
The Fed and the IRS were created for, so that we could spend the rest of back the debts that our government can't afford to pay.
Somebody said that they ought to take those 88,000 IRS agents and send them down to the border and let them be border patrol.
They should.
You're already paying them, so
Absolutely, that's what we should
do. Straight. Yeah.
87,000 people to go around the country, knock on the door, and collect a couple $100
No
from
kidding.
people. Or think if they knock on my door with a Glock and I owe them $10 million, I'm going to write them a check and send them on their way. I mean, come on.
That check's going to bounce for the next 10 years.
I'm more inclined to believe that Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy, when they get the Department of Government Efficiency up and running, are going to go find boatloads of money sitting up there that we don't even know or we forgot are even there
That we appropriate for it.
That we already appropriated that never got used, that they're just going to go in and find it and find hundreds of millions of dollars that at some point, let them go. If they find all of this and they bring it all back to the government, maybe they'll give it all back to the American people who paid the bill. I'd love to get $1 million return.
No, I wondered,
stimulus check.
Does Elon have to step down from any of his businesses to take over that new position he has?
No, I don't believe so.
No conflict of interest?
It's not an official government agency. It's just from what the legalities are. It's an advisorial. They're serving as advisors to the president. They've managed to give it a fancy name, but they're serving as advisors to the president. I don't even know. They can give the president a list of ways that they found that money can be cut. I don't know if the president can just approve that and say okay, or if it has to go to the House and the House votes on it, and then it goes to the Senate and they vote on it, and then it goes to the president and he stamps it and says, yeah, let's go with it. That formality, I don't know, but
What do you guys think about the AG that Trump chose to replace Matt Gaetz now that he stepped down? It's Pam Bondi, and she is a bulldog. Have you seen anything about her?
I know little about her other than she was the Attorney General here in Florida, did a really good job, is very qualified to do the job. Some people here have said that she should have been Trump's first pick, and I'm sure she's going to tick off Democrats because she wants to make Matt Gaetz, who turned down the opportunity to be Attorney General, a special prosecutor. So put him in the same role that Jack Smith had against Trump.
Ooh, that's going to unhinge a bunch of liberals, ain't it?
Oh yeah.
Get the WD-40 out.
Yeah. It's going to be, they may need you to escort. Those Democrats may need you to escort them up to Matt Gaetz.
When that shit hits the fan, I want a bridge built down to Cuba or down to Gitmo. I'll escort every single one of them down. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I'll even buy some fertilizer so they can push up daisies down there. So
you're so nice.
I don't know.
I'd do it for free. Yeah.
Oh wow. That's funny. What do you think about these crazy cases? Okay, the Epstein files, are those going to be released? What about this P. Diddy file? All it is blackmail. Besides the human suffering and the trafficking and the raping, these men are sick, and what they're doing is
it's not just men. There are some ladies that are getting named in the Diddy case.
Yes, I know.
With Boku, Oprah Winbag is tied to him, known him and helped procure entertainment and set up.
It's for blackmail.
Set up parties. Ellen DeGeneres and her. Well, Ellen DeGeneres, same thing, has been accused of being involved in helping set them up and whatever else. she did with Diddy. Her wife Portia, I believe.
They left, I thought, right?
Yeah,
They
well,
left.
this is the thing I don't understand. One day you read Robert De Niro is leaving and he's crying about how bad it is, and the next day there's another post that says I'm leaving, and same thing with Cher's crying that she's going to leave. Barbara Streisand's crying that she was going to leave. But Barbara started crying back before Trump even got elected. And still my favorite is that Rob Reiner was saying going into the 2020 election, if Trump gets elected, I'm going to set myself on fire.
Yeah.
Well,
He's still kicking.
Go ahead, meathead.
And no one seems to know where he is.
Damn, I bought popcorn and marshmallows for no reason then.
Yeah, I was hoping that I'd be able to call Trump's press secretary and say, "Hey, I need press credentials. I want to bring the Boogie with the Bull duffel bag and be there live and broadcast it." I don't know if I could watch it, but I want to be there and broadcast it live.
That's crazy.
With the play-by-play, we'll have the four of us on there with the play-by-play. Jen, what do you think? You think they're going to get him on the first shot? Hillary, how long do you think? Count 1,000. How long do you think? How long do you think it'll be before that one? Before that one.
That's funny.
Yeah,
these people. I don't know. They threaten, and it's like you're not that important of a person, but okay, don't let the door hit you on the way out. It's so ridiculous.
Yep. Anyway, we are here on the Dave Golden Profile Boogie with a Bull YouTube channel. Come in and say hello in the live chats and be a part of the fun. William Grant is watching. Robin Brunson is watching. Jane O'Malley is watching.
Hi, Jane.
And that's all I see that is watching there. If you like the broadcast, share the broadcast. We would appreciate that help. And if you don't like the broadcast, share the broadcast anyway.
Yeah.
Because if you don't like it, if you don't like it, someone else has got to watch it so they can decide if they don't like it, and then
Hey, Dave, how did you like that picture I sent you the other day? Daddy's home.
I like that. If
a few of the people here in the chat and everything are on my friends list on Facebook, I just go to my page, Facebook page or whatever the hell you want. My wall. There you go, my wall. And it's a picture of Trump, and it says "Daddy's home" on the top there. Yep. Yeah, I loved it. It was a good one.
The best one of those, Jen Woodruff made a meme and posted it one day, and it was Trump's jet sitting on the grass
at the White House.
on the grass, and it was captioned. She wanted people to caption it, and I put, well, if they're not going to let him in, Biden's not going to let him into the White House, so he'll
just park there.
Made the jet the White House. Yeah, he made the jet the White House.
Awesome. Now, Washington, D.C. is totally fortified. Like, they are protected. I don't know if they're locking us out or locking themselves in, but it's totally fortified, not just like razor wire fencing, but that is protected by wrought iron fencing. So the whole capital city is protected. What do you think they're planning on? Are they planning on us to pull another J6? Because there are so many MAGA people that if that was an insurrection on the last J6, they would know. You would know. There are so many of us. And I think they realize that. And so what the heck are they so fortified for? They are protected against us retaliating. But I mean, you can't, just like Rand Paul said, you can't arrest all of us. And that was funny. That was referring to taxes, paying taxes. They can't arrest all of us. So what are they going to do? Do you think they're really preparing for what? Are they going to pull another shenanigan? What do you think? Are they gonna do
I
in
hope not.
Biden so that Kamala's 47? That would be a weird thing.
I have to dig into that because the Republicans control Congress, and you need a 2/3 vote of Congress to impeach the president. And I don't think the Republicans would do that right now, only because they have to bring Kamala
Oh,
and make her
right.
make her president for the time that's left. And even if they brought her in and she understood, you're just the person that, I mean, the easier thing to do would be to just bring them both in and impeach them both. Just
And that,
just gavel the impeachment in and make it a dual impeachment and impeach them both. And then what happens is that
Mike Johnson,
the speaker, becomes president, and he's going to step down as soon as Trump is sworn in.
You think?
Yeah. Well, I would think he would, because if he doesn't, the House majority would just impeach him as Speaker of the House and move and do that. I don't think, I mean,
it's a mess.
It's a mess. It also brings up, like everybody else has been saying, and I've been saying too, maybe there is no need to have this 3-month cooling off period between the election and the inauguration of the president. Just have that 3-month transition team going on in the background while the president digs right in, The president digs right in and takes over,
It's going to be interesting to find out or to see what happens on January 6th. I think they're going to pull something. I think
everybody's going to pull. The other thing that I'm afraid of, and I haven't said this before, but I'm afraid of it, is that there's going to be a shot that's heard around the world on January 6th.
Wow.
Or there's going to be several shots because someone's going to raise a gun and everybody's going to fire at that one person, and it's going to be a bloodbath.
Yeah.
So the over in England right now, they're having issues with these drones flying over American bases. Now, again, why in the hell are we not just shooting the damn things down? You're flying over our military base. You probably got cameras on these drones, and you're taking video of everything you're seeing. Why the hell can't we just launch up a plane and shoot the suckers down? Or use that they have the ability to fire like a net, and the net envelopes the drone to bring a damn thing down. There's 3 of them, and in the past several days, they're flying over our bases. Laken Heath, RAF Middlehall, and RAF Feltwell. 3 military bases being targeted.
Israel is asking, Michael Anthony brings up that Israel is asking for peace talks. They are. The leader of Hamas evidently called Trump shortly after he became the president-elect and said that they want to negotiate a settlement in Gaza and the West Bank with him. And what I'm pretty sure they meant was, we want to do this with you right now. We don't want to wait. We don't want to wait for you to be the president. We want to do it now. I don't, I wish I could say that, getting rid of Biden, moving Biden out right now, Trump taking over right now, if pulling Biden out as being president and making Trump the president because he was elected to be the president, then that's great. That would be one thing. But if we have to pull a 25th Amendment or a House impeachment that goes to the Senate for an impeachment, it's got to be done swift, and it's got to be done. And Kamala has to just understand that, you're the president for about a month. There's going to be people watching you 24/7, and if you do something wrong, they will bring you. If you do something wrong, you will not be the president anymore. And what you immediately do is you don't give her the chance, if that were to happen, to have Governor Walz be her vice president. Kamala, you become president right now. J.D. Vance becomes your vice president, and you even breathe without permission, and Vance will use the 25th Amendment, and you will be booted out just because they don't like the smell of the flavor of toothpaste you used that morning.
They could not mix the ticket like that, could they? Kamala and Vance. Oh,
Anything's possible
Well,
these days.
I think that the only reason I say that is because she has to understand that if you do something right now, you'll be impeached immediately. I mean, whoever declares martial law, it's a perfect time, as far as I'm concerned, to declare martial law. But from what I understand, once the president declares martial law, the military takes over. There's no clear understanding, I guess. Some people say, yeah, the president can just turn it off and say, no, I'm back being the president again. Some people say, no, the Joint Chiefs of Staff, the military, they get to make the decision if and when it ever gets turned back. And the reason that we don't want them to declare martial law is that we may not get it back. But everybody thought behind the scenes right now that that's what everybody sort of expected that the military was working behind the scenes to clean out the government after the 2020 election when Biden became president, so that clean out the swamp, get it all done, and then drop Trump in as president. And I don't know if they can do it. I wish someone could just come on and give us the answers. Everybody seems to have a difference of opinion when you read what is out there.
it's fascinating. I know it's all pie in the sky, what we talk about, but it sure is fun.
I'm
more prepared.
I'm more interested in hearing. Tom Homan has been very clear that when the deportations start, when we come into your state and go into your city,
that's awesome.
If the mayor gets in the way, gone.
Yeah.
If the governor gets in the way, gone. Maybe that's actually what we should do. We should go to the state, go directly to the state capitol, arrest the governor, hold the governor, go to the, I don't know, maybe arrest the lieutenant governor, detain everybody while we go in and do this. The police departments are going to help. I mean, the police departments are going to have to be involved. I've only seen one deportation once, and it was the person that I would never have expected to be someone who was going to get deported. It was like a male Aunt Jemima. I mean, he was just big and a really funny guy, and the least guy.
Did you say male Aunt Jemima?
Well, I mean, he was black, and he was very big and heavy, and just a guy that never got angry at anybody. And one morning,
his name was Bubba.
In the middle of the night,
God.
I remember the watch commander for Framingham Police caught me in the parking lot of the complex that this guy lived in, and he said, I don't know when exactly it's going to go down, but ICE is going to pull up with a couple of vans, and a van to take this guy. He missed deportation, and you and your security just stay at the block the entrances into the complex, and don't let anyone come in once we tell you this is going to go down. And I remember I drove up as they were loading the guy into the truck, and he said, something like, I apologize for any trouble I ever gave you. I said, you never gave me any trouble. You never gave me any trouble. And they just loaded him up, and he got in the van, and they left, and he probably got deported. But
Wow.
Barack Obama's uncle, who coming home from the package store that I don't know if he actually owns or just worked at.
Mm-hmm.
ICE discovered there was a 48-year. He was ordered deported 40 years ago, and he never showed up for it. And I guess he was driving home from the package store that he worked at one night, and he must have been drunk, and he turned too wide, and he almost broadsided a Framingham police car. They arrested him. He gave them his ID, his driver's license, and this and that, and it was the warrant came up for missing the deportation. He calmly, rationally went with them, spent 2 weeks in Quincy, Massachusetts at an ICE holding facility, and while I guess President Obama had his citizenship granted, and
Good point, Nikki. Nikki
plus, I think if the National Guard, the county sheriff, the police departments, and whatever other assistance is going to come in with Tom and ICE to do the deportations, I think it's just going to go down, really very easy. They're just going to show up. They're going to go in. They're going to knock on doors. They're just going to take people and load them in. And
that's when the liberals are going to say, "See, we're in a Nazi Germany now." Yeah.
Well, but
we're going to use that. You want? They already are.
I'm tired of hearing the term illegal immigrant. Okay, there's nothing legal about being an illegal immigrant,
right?
And I'm sorry if my view has changed in the last few days thinking about this. If your parents brought you into the United States illegally through the southern border when you were 4 or 5 years old, or even just born, and you lived here like you were an American, and you went to school and you got a job and you continued to live like an American, but you're illegal, it's your fault.
Right.
That your whole family's gonna picked up and deported. And like Jerry keeps saying when we're on the American Rebellion, they had ample time to step up and do the right thing. Well, my parents might have gotten deported. Well, you know what? I doubt it. If you at like 18, 19 years old said, I'm in college now, or I just graduated college and I got my medical degree, and can we do something? Make me a citizen, or do whatever. Give me an express way to making me a citizen, and or we'll find relatives to sponsor us and all of that stuff, and let us stay, because we're not criminals. We didn't do anything wrong. Well, we are criminals, but we just never became legal. we just never became legal.
Yeah, 2 years is nothing.
Some of those people that are going to get picked up,
they're still coming.
But they're going to explain to the government, our government, why they're here. Maybe they were political prisoners, where they were
collateral damage.
Right. And maybe some of them deserve amnesty and a chance to stay here and become American citizens. But that's not everybody. When President Trump says they emptied out their prisons and the Democrats go, of course they did that. You hear the leaders of those countries going, of course we did. But the United States support these people in the big brick hotel for a long time. Let's send our gangs here to the United States and let the United States deal with it. I said on the American Rebellion a few times, what we ought to do as Americans is we ought to leave the United States and go to some of these countries that lost hundreds of thousands and millions of people because they sent all the bad people here. We ought to go live over there because those countries got to be pretty damn well cleaned
Safe
up and
now. To send them back.
I'd be more than happy to go to Venezuela or someplace else that go to some of these wealthy countries that
every night Eagle Pass, Texas has a plane of thousands. I mean, you can't have thousands on a plane, hundreds of people on a plane dropped off. They just send them. They know they're coming, but the Border Patrol can't do a thing about it. This president we have now is so illegal. Everything he's doing is so crooked, and it's like we don't have a leg to stand on. So it feels good to know that, like, the sheriff's back in town, but not for another month. And it's frustrating that we have to deal with this every night in Eagle Pass, Texas. It comes hundreds of people on a plane, and they know what they're doing. Well, because dingbats say, "Oh, come here. We'll take anyone. Open the door." Of course, they're going to empty their jails. It's like free room, board, clothing, food, everything. It's so being taken advantage of. It's disgusting. It's worse than Christians. You know how the church like that. "Oh, come here. We'll give you food. We'll give you clothes. We'll help you with this." But no, now the whole country is a church, for the love of God, and we get to pay for it all. The taxpayers. I get so frustrated.
Speaking of churches, we watched. Oh my God! It's on Friday nights. It's the Blue Bloods.
Yep.
And of course, in most cases, most of our cities, the firefighters and the police officers are Catholic. Okay, but every now and then they'll have a scene where they go into the church for whatever reason. Or I've seen on other TV shows. Holy shit! These Catholic churches are like walking into a room full of gold and treasure and I mean the money that is sucked into these church buildings is like absolutely phenomenal. And you have these poor folks coming in and they're giving what they can of their tithe, but you look around and you see how this church must have millions upon millions of dollars of whatever in it. And it's like, and we know that, and I know Michael's watching and he's going to say, again, like the Pope and all the gold and shit they have there where he lives. It's, you would think the Catholic people would wonder, why in the hell am I living in poverty? And I go into my church and here my priest is living inside this multi-million-dollar church when I'm living on the, almost on the street, but I'm still giving my tithe every Sunday. I don't understand how they got away with it. I really don't.
I can't stand how the pompous. Oh, he's so pompous. The Pope. He doesn't have to walk. He gets carried around by, like, in this golden chair, holding his scepter, and everyone is reverent. And I'm like, if you can melt down that stupid chair and your scepter, you could probably feed 3 countries in Africa. But instead, this is what they choose, and we just believe. We don't, but folks believe the illusion, and they're like, "Oh, we're part of something good." sad. We're starting to realize, everyone is starting to realize that this is not what we think it is at all. Nothing is.
Hey, Randy, do me a favor. Something happened to the link on my screen. Can you send Nikki a link in case Nikki wants
Sure.
to come on? Nikki, if you want to come on, Randy's going to send you a link. I don't know what happened on my screen. I seem to have lost.
You could go to your messenger that you sent to me.
Yeah, actually, that's
and
right.
I think you can copy it there.
I can do that. You're right. I actually can. I actually can do that. Let me do that.
I just sent it to him.
All right, Nikki, if you want to come on, you're more than welcome to come on. When I made the comment about Kamala using the 25th to get Joe out to become president, I followed it by perhaps she wouldn't, maybe having someone there watching her so that if she did anything wrong, she would be immediately be impeached, and that seemed to make sense to just take Vance, who is the vice president, would be the vice president under Trump, and just put him in there. And if anything happened, I mean, you could take President Trump and make him her vice president, and if she does anything, she's going to go down.
They could do that though. Constitutional.
Well, no, they can't. They can't split the ticket. They can't split the ticket. But they would turn around and impeach her, and they would impeach her in 30 seconds in a 30-second vote, and because I'm sure even Democrats right now would just want this thing to end, and let us just get down to doing what we need to do. I mean, it really doesn't matter who. I mean, let Walz become her vice president then, because she's probably going to get impeached before her time is up anyway.
Nikki, Randy sent you the link. It's from Randy, not Dave. Yeah, he's waiting for the link, and I think Randy sent it.
All right, hold on. Let me
send it to him.
All right, well, hold on. Let me just
that shows a sent.
All right, well, hold on. I'll get it here. And then I will take it from there, and I will come to Nikki, and let's see if it works. Yep, there it is. All right, Nikki, if you want to come on, you're more than welcome to come on. You should have the link. I just sent it to you. Try that. But what in my frustration, it was just saying it would be nice to be able to boot her out right away, but she'd have to have a vice president under her, watching her, that she understands that the minute she steps out of line for at all, they will immediately pull a 25th Amendment, and I'm sure the cabinet would vote her out because they're going to be done in a few weeks or days anyway. But
would they? Because we've seen Biden do so many things, and nobody pulls him out. Of course, we don't, because we don't want Kamala, but it's like, where are the checks and balances? I don't see it happening.
Nikki says he's backstage, Dave.
Nikki says he's backstage. Hang on just a minute. I got to change screens. You're right. Nikki is back there.
And by the way, backstage, there are no donuts. You said there were. There are not.
I'm sorry. Yeah, there were no donuts today because Randy didn't send them to me, and because. Okay, see, all right, Jim, we had to make that up.
God, put some WD-40 on that chair. My God.
That's all right. We had to.
Hey, yeah,
had
squeaky
to-
ass going there.
It is. It is.
I was sitting there the whole time y'all were resharing
I'm sorry,
the link.
but
Faites attention, Dave. It means pay attention. You know,
He was
send
too
me a
busy
link.
telling us stuff.
Yeah.
I'm the host. I'm the
Hey, you're the one that's supposed to faites
I'm the host.
attention.
I'm
The
the
host
host
is
of
with
the.
the most.
I have to watch the live chat to find comments to flash on the screen so that
That's why you
everybody,
get paid big bucks.
everybody is involved.
So Dave is Dave's the host, the production manager, and everything else.
I couldn't get to Lancaster County, Pennsylvania, to this donut shop that Randy swears makes donuts so good that everybody will go You have to have them if you do a morning caffeine broadcast. And I'm still waiting, Randy.
I know. I'm still waiting for my plane to come in too.
Yeah, we
And
have.
then you got me going, Randy. You really got me going because
we have a bakery here.
Okay.
It's called Ray's Bakery.
Yep.
Been here, I don't know how long, forever. The best donuts in the world.
Yep.
Awesome.
It's not these greasy ass donuts you get from somewhere that has like oil dripping off of it or anything. They're not huge, but man,
yeah,
they're so good.
What's your favorite one?
Yeah, chocolate. You can't eat just one. And then the eclairs, chocolate eclairs,
Those are good.
and then the I forgot what they call them. Where it's stuffed with filling.
Or jelly donut, or
jelly donut. It's like raspberry.
Yep.
Oh my god! And their brownies, and their peanut butter fudge.
Oh my gosh!
Like, oh my god! It's
Nicky,
amazing what they do.
The last guy
Their recipe never changed. Yeah, their recipe has not changed from day one. It's the same every time you go in. It's strict consistency.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Anytime you eat something, it's consistent with the day before and 20 years past.
Yep.
Awesome.
Very good.
Well, the last guy to the broadcast is supposed to bring the donuts because your excuse is you're late because you had to go get the donuts. But,
that's funny.
I got some Buddha in the house.
When I had the office in Massachusetts, I would often stop and get I don't know, a couple of dozen Dunkin' Donuts and a couple of boxes of Joe because everybody liked a different kind of coffee, and bring that in and drop them. And that pretty much became my job every day. Although I used to trick new people, new office people. I would always say, you have to buy the coffee for the first week. And everybody else would go, yeah, I bought it for the first week. And, and so they would go out, they would do it on their way in every day. They would bring in the office coffee order. And then at the end of the week, I always gave it back to them and said, that's the initiation stunt that we make everybody do. But if I left the office to go do a couple of runs, I had to stop and get coffee and donuts before I came back.
I remember everybody had the rage about Shipley's donuts. Anybody ever heard of that? No, it wasn't all that good. I've eaten Dunkin' Donuts and Dunkin'.
It's commercial.
Dunkin' coffee. It's not bad, but it's not great.
No, it's not great.
Oh.
I've only found
it'll make a turd. That's all I can say about it.
Yeah, I mean we have a place here called
Sorry, Randy.
In other states too. We breads here in Florida that are really good. as far as
Never
getting
been there either. What's
coffee.
that? What's the rave about Panera Bread?
It's
We
okay.
have
I mean,
It's fresh.
it's just a
it's
bunch of
kind
bread.
it's kind well no it's kind of like Starbucks but without the sandwich menu. Although they do have a few decent sandwiches now and then. But
And without the $10 million coffee?
yeah,
Mm.
my customers used to get so mad at me because I started giving coffee or juice away on early morning airport runs that I had to drive because I always felt it would be rude if I was sitting there slapping down coffee and while somebody was sitting in the back of the car on the way into the airport. So I would always ask people, pick me up at 4 o'clock in the morning, can I stop at Dunkin' Donuts and get you something? And all of a sudden people would start going, well, can you stop at Starbucks around my house and pick it up for me? And I'm going, no. And they will go, why? And they go, because if I drop you at Starbucks so you can run inside, you will miss your plane.
Yeah, you should have told them to. I'm not your barista.
Well,
Make your coffee at your house and fix a cup and
that's
bring it.
it was
It was a courtesy. It was nice.
it was a courtesy. We gave away water, but a bottle of juice, about a thing of milk, a thing of chocolate milk for your kids.
What you
What
you Dave? What you need to do was you need to put in a small refrigerator in the back and load it up with all kinds of stuff, and then whatever they pulled out, that got added to their bill.
Yeah, like a hotel room.
Yeah,
you can't. No, you can't do
or
that.
a casino room.
You can't do that.
Sure, you can.
Yes, you can. Or you just surcharge their ass.
Yeah.
And,
Did somebody say casino?
Yeah. I gotta get going, guys.
No, Chuck, we didn't say. No, Chuck, we didn't say
Randy's gotta
casino.
go.
Yeah, we said we.
Yeah,
we
I'm
said
falling
we wanted,
asleep here.
We said we want to do
All
a
right,
live
Randy.
Boogie with a Bull broadcast.
No, I'm
out of
sorry, Randy.
Chuck's-
We're boring.
Chuck's casino.
No. I've had a very long day.
Okay.
Aw.
Doing work and stuff, and 8-10 hours in front of a computer, your eyes start getting tired.
You want to do 10 a.m. tomorrow morning?
If I wake up, yeah, I'll be fine.
Chuck, can you do 10 a.m. tomorrow morning?
I will try. I cannot guarantee yet. But
Jen, can
have a
you
good
do
night,
10 a.m.
Randy.
tomorrow
See
morning?
ya. See you,
I
Chuck.
can't
See you,
do
Nick.
10. No.
No, I know you can't. Nick, you're welcome if you're awake that early. I don't know what time you're awake.
no, hell no.
It's 8 o'clock my time.
I know.
I said yes to
That's true.
Friday, but I don't
See
know.
ya.
Friday morning, Nikki, if you're around at 10 o'clock in the morning, you're welcome to join us. Bill Muckler's going to be away this Friday. So he said either take the day off or do it however you want to do it. So I figured if there were people that wanted to do it,
That'll be fun.
we would come and do it. One of these years, I want to find the busiest Walmart in the United States and just set up right outside the doors going in, right up there.
Oh my gosh.
And just broadcast live
and get robbed.
No. Well, just
sell coffee cups. Get people.
Just
interested.
sit there and have like Jen and I don't know, a bunch of ladies with phones, their phone cameras walking around the parking lot showing the old ladies fighting for parking spaces.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I'll come down and operate the camera for you.
Yeah. Or the crooks, jacking the old ladies from the purse from the old ladies and all that good stuff, and then the illegal Mexicans sitting in a van trying to kidnap kids.
Nick, it'll be in a red state. No, nobody is gonna rob anybody. I promise. I hope.
Nick, you were just talking about somebody snatching a purse. I used to work for Sears, just about 2 blocks away from where I live right now, and I was watching on the cameras. I work security, and saw a guy snatch somebody's purse. So I ran out after him. I followed him. I was in contact with the switchboard, and they were in contact with the police. And I'll be damned, it's kind of like deja vu. I'm living in the house now that they apprehended that guy walking in front of. That's where they
damn.
arrested. It's like, we moved in there and I go, damn, this looks familiar. And then, you just snap my memory. I said, yeah, that's right where that guy got arrested, so.
Oh
Yeah,
my gosh.
kind of weird, but I love that job. That was so much fun.
We're
That's
going to
awesome.
build the studio, and we're going to do Boogie with the Bull live from Chuck's Casino in Wisconsin.
Yeah, I got two machines up here ready to play.
Awesome.
Ready to take your money.
We'll get a live audience there. Everybody will have to bring a jar full of quarters.
Sweet. Yeah.
Thinking about that, I felt so bad. I used to keep all my change in the jar, and then usually around, just before Thanksgiving, when we would go out to Walmart's, I'd always grab a handful of change for the Salvation Army workers, and give that. And we walked out the other day, and I looked at the lady, and I said, "I feel so bad." And she said, "Why?" I said, "Because I have a big jar of change, and I forgot to grab it to take it with me." Now you got to bring your jar of change going to the coin star, because you got to give them so much more these days.
Yeah, my bank won't even take loose change. You have to roll them up.
Yeah.
I have the rollers because
my credit union, they take the loose change, so I take the loose change over to the credit union.
I don't use loose change at stores or anything, so I stick it in the little cup holder in my center console in my vehicle,
Right.
which I paid out today.
All of your vehicles?
All of my vehicles are now.
Which vehicle?
My Equinox, my newest one.
Oh, so your mom loaned you her fob so that you could get into it.
No. No. I had to buy a $245 battery.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
the battery just took a shit.
Wait, the Equinox battery, or the battery for the fob cost you $245?
No, the Equinox battery.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's a 2018, so it was time for it to die.
Yeah.
And boy, did it die, because it ran fine the day before. I had just changed the spark plugs and the cabin filter a couple of days before that. And then my mom and dad had to go somewhere because their vehicle, the transmission is on the blink. So they had to go do some paperwork to pay for that transmission. Well, she goes to get in my car and don't, nothing. It wouldn't start. It's like, oh shit, we're all trapped in here, So luckily, my Aunt Yolanda lives here, and her car it wasn't blocked in, and she could bring them back and forth and do what they had to do. So then I called my uncle, who's a mechanic, told him what the message was on the screen, and he went into power saving mode or battery saving mode.
Oh.
And he said, yeah, that's a dead battery. It's like, okay.
I change my battery out in my car every 3 years. Every 3 years, whether it needs it or not. Mechanic says the battery's good. I said, I don't care. Give me a new one. That way I avoid, problems. Hopefully.
Yeah, my Dodge Ram 1500. The original battery lasted 13 years.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
Now that they might last 3 years. They don't make things like they used to.
Mm-hmm.
Nope.
But I got my car's running fine now, so that's good.
So if I hadn't gotten dementia, I'd still have my 2001 Toyota Avalon that my mother gave me just because she quit driving, and it was mine in the will when she passed away, so she gave it to me. And then I think I drove for drove for about a year and a half down here until the one day the fuel line and the brake line blew at the same time, and the guy that we took it to said, where did this car come to Florida from? And I said, well, the Northeast, Connecticut and Massachusetts. He said, you thought about having the undercarriage done, the rust removed and sealed before you moved? I said, no. I said, matter of fact, I don't think I've ever seen the undercarriage of the car since my mother bought it 22 years ago.
Yeah, up north, if there's any kind of rust, because they normally cars built for the north are treated undercarriage. But if they find any kind of rust while doing an inspection, they won't inspect the car.
No, when
I've got my 2011 Kia Forte. That's what I'm using for escorting. 265,000 miles on it. No rust.
Yeah.
No rust on it at all.
Yeah.
2011.
Yep.
I've been lucky.
Yep.
Been a good car.
Yep.
Good car.
Yeah, I don't even want to talk about that. I'm from Michigan. Oh, they're all rusted.
Yep.
Yeah, I think it's the salt they put on the roads.
Yes.
Because everything
That's
we
what
bought,
makes it rust.
Yeah.
everything the kids bought here in Idaho, perfect. They look brand new. The cars are like nice, and they're like, "Where's yours from?" I'm like, "Shut up, Michigan." It's a minivan. It takes a licking, keeps on ticking. Wow.
They use a lot of beet juice out there in Idaho, though, don't they? Beet juice.
No, I thought it was just no, I thought it was something they spray. I think it's salt basically, but
It's a brine. It's a brine that they
ice melt. Yeah, it's a spray.
Yeah,
that'll still corrode the hell out of your car, though, too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And as
It
you
doesn't
roll
rust.
over it, it gets under your car and it sticks, and then it will eat up the paint and everything else.
Yeah.
Well, I think I'm going to hang it up for the night, guy.
Hang it up,
guys, and whatever, and been a pleasure.
It was fun. I'm glad everybody showed
Chuck,
up.
So Chuck, are the escorts bringing their money back to you?
Are the escorts bringing their money back to me?
God.
You didn't.
It depends on what I'm. It depends on the commodity that I'm escorting.
Yeah, you said you used that Tia, or whatever the hell it was.
Kia Forte.
Yeah, Kia Forte for your escorts.
Yep.
Are your escorts paying you back?
Yes. Very, very well. Yes.
Okay.
You got to be careful because I had, for all I'll say about it is I knew someone who was in that business very well. And so I would occasionally use one of my cars to drive one of their fine employees around. And she had a really bad reputation of going in the front door of the hotel. And then as soon as I pulled away, because I didn't sit at the hotel, she'd go out the back door. Until the one day, the lady who owned the business realized that was what was happening, and that person didn't last there very long. So,
Yep. No, it's a good retirement business for me. It really is.
It is a good retirement business.
Oh, yeah.
Not for me. I mean, I could make money being an escort if I had to do it.
It's very, very good for me. I love driving, and I get along with just about everybody, except for some of the idiot drivers down in Chicago. But I guess you got to take the good with the bad. It's really Chicago isn't. I don't think Chicago's a lot easier than driving in Tampa.
Yeah,
it really is.
Well, that is a lot easier than driving in Louisiana with our potholes and badass roads and stupid drivers, and I mean, it's nonstop.
Well, it's nationwide. It's nationwide, Nick. The there's idiots, all over the place. So.
And Nikki says, if you don't like bridges, don't drive from Florida to Texas.
No, we hit
Because
that Lake
we
Charles
thought,
I-10 bridge.
we
Oh
thought
my God,
we thought
that's like
about it.
it makes a V.
Yeah. We thought about it until my wife heard you talking about that one time when we were on a broadcast. Because Donna hates bridges.
Well, you want to talk about white knuckle anxiety driving, going over that thing, and it's falling apart as it is because they're talking about rebuilding that thing or building an alternate one.
Yeah.
I mean, so many barges and boats have run into the structure of it.
Oh, great!
That they've shown pictures, and it's structurally unsound at this point. I'm like, and all the vehicles that go down Interstate 10, that goes east to west. I mean, it goes both ways, all the way. And it's a main corridor in Lake Charles, Louisiana. That bridge, it was scared of bejesus out of driving over that thing.
Yeah. If it's going straight up and then it peaks and it's going straight down, I couldn't do it. Even if I was still driving, I couldn't do that.
And it's extremely high.
Yeah.
Extremely high.
Yeah.
So that the boats can navigate underneath it. It has to be high.
Yep.
I'd have to have Jen's son's 4-speed Crown Vic.
Yeah, he converted it from an automatic transmission to.
Did you finish it?
Yeah, he did. It was a mess. Yeah.
Is it drivable?
Sometimes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I still hold the record. I gave up my license 2 years ago, and I drove a fully loaded police SUV off a cliff in San Francisco, only because I forgot. I should have put it in reverse and backed up about 3 more feet than I had. I just was looking out the windshield, and go, no, okay, I think I got this. So I went to turn left to I went to turn right to turn around, and unfortunately the front wheels were off the cliff, and I think my grandson had snuck into the room and he was watching me drive, and as the thing is spinning before it finally hit the ground, he's laughing. When it hit the ground, he was laughing. He thought it was the funniest thing he ever saw.
Yeah, right. So that's good.
Yeah.
That was a good thing.
All right, folks, what do you think?
Yeah, we should call it.
I'm all done. Thank you very much for the invite. If I don't get back on before Thanksgiving, everybody have a very safe.
You too,
don't eat too much.
Nope.
I've already gained 10 pounds. That's pre-Thanksgiving. So what the hell?
That's funny.
All right, guys, have a safe one.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Happy Thanksgiving, Chuck.
Dave.
Nice seeing you.
All right.
Okay, Chuck. Always a pleasure.
And I accepted your friend
There's
request.
Pooch. Here's Pooch.
Oh, so cute.
That's Delilah. That's Princess.
Oh, she's sweet.
That's Princess Dee Dee.
Oh, that's the noisemaker?
That's the noisemaker.
I thought I heard something. I'm like,
that's the
something
noisemaker.
crawled up back here.
That's the
Awesome.
noisemaker. That's the noisemaker. Yep.
She's cute.
She's an excellent heating pad too. Oh God, you get into bed, she'll go right under the covers and then she'll curl up right on your spine.
Oh, she's sweet.
Oh God, she is so,
Does that have enough body to generate heat?
Oh God.
Or does it shake enough so that it does generate heat?
It must.
Oh my gosh, she's so tiny.
It must be. I mean, I hate to be cold, so there's extra blankets on my side of the bed anyway. But
right.
Happy Thanksgiving, Ann Peppers. It's fantastic to see you here. And let's see, Nikki Young was here. I was here. Jen was. William Grant was here.
You talking like it's past tense.
William Grant.
Knock us off.
William Grant holds the record for watching the most Boogie with the Bull broadcasts in the history of Boogie with the Bull, second only to Danny Campbell, who, when Danny watches more than twice in a row, Danny watched more for the longest time. Then William Grant started watching, and then so I always joke that one was ahead of the other. And
bless their heart.
William Grant has watched us on YouTube. One night he was over on YouTube and he watched us on YouTube. So anyway.
Awesome.
What else? Anything else?
No, can't wait to see you Friday morning. That'll be great. Early, and
You're going to do 8 o'clock Friday morning?
Yeah, 8 o'clock my time Friday.
Bring the donuts.
I'll bring coffee.
She'll eat one right in your face on
She probably will. She probably will.
Really? I don't know.
No, Jen wouldn't do it. Oh, I'm supposed to ask you for Donna. What color ear warmers? What color are the ear warmers supposed to be?
Oh, for the presents I'm buying for the kids? Those?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because she kept telling me that she needs to know what color you want. You can either email her or you can tell me and I'll write them down.
I will. She remembered. That is the coolest thing in the world. She crochets these headbands.
Yeah.
Like you would wear skiing.
No, actually she has a knitting machine that makes the tubes. It's really cool.
Oh, I love that.
It's really cool.
Thank you. Oh, I love that. Yeah, I will text her.
She's asking me what color are they supposed to be so she can make them.
Oh, she's awesome. Okay.
Yep.
I'll text her. Thank you.
All right. Anything else? Anybody else?
No.
They do.
Okay. Oh, I got to do this. I got to do this before we go. Oh, Jen, you ruined it.
What did I ruin?
No, you said bonsoir. I got to type this in.
I'm teaching y'all some French.
I said au revoir.
Oh,
What's that?
Au revoir.
Oh,
is that French?
Hogwash.
Yeah.
Hogwarts.
Au revoir. Au revoir. It's basically like bonsoir.
Yeah.
Bonsoir is good evening. Au revoir. It's like until tomorrow. It's the same thing.
See, we Jews made it easy. It's
goodbye.
Just shalom. It's just shalom.
Au revoir means goodbye.
Okay.
Bonsoir means good evening.
Okay.
Or good night. But au revoir is just like
see you later.
See you later.
Okay.
See you later, alligator. After a while, crocodile.
We just say shalom. It means whatever you want it to mean.
Yeah. Shalom.
Shalom.
That's great.
All right.
Okay, guys. Folks. Thank you.
Friday morning, Wednesday morning. Yeah, Wednesday morning at 10 a.m. Friday morning at 10 a.m. No Thursday night because it's Thanksgiving. Go home and be with your family. And that's it. Yep. We don't have any music. We have intro music. We don't have outro music. I have to figure out something for outro music. So,
say two.
All right. Sayonara. Have fun. Okay, let me see. Let me do this.
Say two means that's it.
That's it.
That's all.
That's all. Sort of like, sorry, that's all. That's me popping the parachute because it's almost time to end. 8:57. I had a really good time. I hope everybody else had a really good time. I'm still under the 3 share limit at one time on my Android phone for some reason on Facebook. So let me get this open for a second and we'll look and give you an accurate report of what we have for today. Let me see. 91 live views on 41 shares. So good. A few extra people shared. Share it where you can on Facebook. Conservative Patriot groups are my favorite. Trump groups are my favorite. MAGA groups. Anything that supports Trump. Because if I'm in it, they get it. Before Facebook started clamping down on me before the election, we could send out to 50, 75, sometimes 100 groups on Facebook and help get the word out. And maybe one day that will change. We are on X. You can follow me at Boogie WT Bull. We are on Blue Sky. I don't like it, but I'm Boogie with the Bull. No, I'm Boogie WT Bull on Blue Sky. I'm at Boogie WT Bull on X. I am Dave Goldman on Threads only because I haven't set up a Boogie with the Bull account for Threads. I like Threads. I wish they had integrated it into the Facebook news feed before integrating it into Instagram, but I like it. So use Threads. I'm on Truth Social. I'm Dave Glovin on Truth Social, and we may at some point add Rumble, only because eventually Rumble, I believe, is going to be the live stream arm like we use Restream. Rumble is going to be the live stream arm for Truth Social eventually. It's not in the plan right now, but it is going to come up according to people that I know that are at Truth Social. So that's what's going on. Also, if you are looking for a deal on a used but very well maintained computer, Randy Rhodes has a Windows 10 all-in-one with the matching printer, I believe a web camera, and I'm not sure what else. Talk to him about it. He wants $200 for the package. You'll probably have to pay the shipping cost to get it to you. It was expertly maintained by the guru that we don't name anymore because he's so busy that we don't want other people flocking to him right now, but everybody knows who he is. So if you want, talk to Randy about it, talk to the guru about it. And if you're looking for something, it's actually a pretty good deal. I looked at the HP all-in-ones for that were Windows 11 before I found the laptop and decided I would rather have the laptop. So that's what we did. Anyway, Bonsauer, Nikki, good evening. William Grant, thank you for watching. Robin Brunson, thank you for watching. Chuck Cook for watching and being a part of the broadcast. Let's see. You've been watching Boogie with the Bull Tuesday Night Live Uncensored here on Dave Glovin on Facebook and on the Boogie with the Bull YouTube channel. A copyrighted presentation of the No Budget Broadcasting Company, which doesn't mean much anyway. We will be back Wednesday morning, which is tomorrow at 10 a.m. Anybody who wants to be on the broadcast is more than welcome to join us, and we will go from there. Like I said, no Thursday evening broadcast because it is Thanksgiving and we're going to take it off and spend it with family that is visiting and family that is here. And so there. And then Friday morning, Red Friday morning caffeine with Jen, I think, was going to be there. Chuck Cook is going to be there. Randy is going to be there. Nikki, if he wakes up in time, can be there. And anybody else. We have 10 people that can be on a broadcast, so me and 9 others. And I think the record is we've had 6 on at one time. So if you want, watch, and we'll see what we can do on Friday morning. Saturday, I'm going to be with my wife, Donna, at a craft show about very close to the house, I'm told. And I'll probably do some quick Facebook Live producers now and there to let people see where we are and what she has on the table. Go to the Family Treasures Facebook page and like the page and follow the page. You will see beautiful handmade treasures by my wife, Donna, our daughter-in-law, Angela, And if you don't see exactly what you're looking for in the right colors, then please message Donna, and she will find you and find what you want and whip it all up and get it to you as quickly as possible. If you're local to us here in Florida, delivery somewhere can be made, and otherwise you will pay shipping to have things shipped to you. Still the most affordable prices on the stuff that you have ordered. So go to the Family Treasures Facebook page. If you go to my profile and just keep scrolling down, you will eventually find a post for it from the other day, ear warmers and dragons that Donna made this week. And take the link from there. Or you can just type in Family Treasures and search it on Facebook. The one that has the checked chicken, I call it. I think it's light brown, beige, and white chicken. That profile picture, that's the right Family Treasures, because I think there's more than one. Anyway, it is 9:04 p.m. on Tuesday, the 26th of November 2024. And I thank everybody for being part of the broadcast. And we will see you tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. With coffee and whatever else, and continue on. And hey, Democrats, get over it, but Trump won, and we are out of here. Double B's for victory. This Boogie Wonderful broadcast is coming to an end.